Everyone. I see that Jack and Lindsay, or one or the other, is here. Maryland, little homestead by the beach. I'm guessing by the joke it's probably Jack, but it doesn't mean that Lindsay's not listening. Destiny, thank you for stopping by. Tracy's here. Hi, everyone. Hello, Remy, Wendy. Thank you so much, Wendy Benjamin, for stopping by. I will let people join. Give them a few more minutes. I don't really have anything like any specific subject. I'm trying to think what happened between last Sunday or last Friday and now. I kind of decided that I was going to change a few of the things on my property. I have a few Ascaps plants that are doing okay, but they're growing in a place where the weeds is simply taking over, and it's hard for me to keep up because the more I mow the lawn around it, it seems like the more it's growing. So I try to mulch it. I try to put some cardboard around it. No matter what I do, it just keeps coming up. So I figured I'll take those ASCAP plants or bushes and bring them further behind the house. And I started kind of a new food forest back there. I'll have a video coming up soon. People in the chat that are in the our little messenger group, Lindsay, Darren, Marilyn, you've seen a little peek of that at the beginning of the week. So a friend of mine gave me some huge bushes of black currants. I also received some lovage, which is kind of like celery, I guess. It smells like celery. It has the same smell. I ended up buying some grapes, red currants. Sorry, I planted everything I got from the conference. Also, the white currants, the cranberries, the blackberries, the black raspberries, the yellow raspberries, the red raspberries, the blackberries, name it. Today, I left work early because my order was in. All the trees I ordered were arrived. I think I had 23 trees in the order. 2 of them were Saskatoon berries for my colleague. um, two Saskatoon berry trees for myself, one plum tree. Um, I think I got like a free grapevine out of it. I was supposed to get four of one kind and two of the other kind, and I got two and five instead, which is okay, I guess. Sorry, I won't complain. I also got two different kind of ass caps. What else did I get? Three different, well, not different kind, but three sort of some sort of a cranberry bush. And what else? Some more red currants. Hello, Wickershire Project Off Grid. Thank you so much for stopping by. Going, yeah, I don't think so. You wish. Hello, Scott from the Mid American Meetup. Awesome. So you're going down in the States? There's a meetup somewhere down there? That's awesome. Hey, Darren. I promised you that I was going to surprise you with something. Look what you did. Look what you did. I was tired of being bullied. I changed my beer. uh, yeah. The black currants I got from a friend are actually very big. They're gonna produce right away this year. I'm trying to remember what else I got from that hole. Uh, two American hazelnuts. Uh, you're going to be the Homesteader dark side perennials. It's not the dark side. It just makes things easier, I guess. Barry's world. Exactly. I if something happens to me that I can't take care of the garden anymore for some reason, the family are still going to be able to enjoy some fruits, and it's going to be uh, a good thing to have in 5 years when the cost of everything is so high that people can't afford to eat. Hello, Cindy, Tammy. Thank you so much for stopping by. 16 people watching. That's awesome. Need perennial. No one like gardening and pulling weeds. Exactly. Uh, I think that the lemon balm that Chris and Steph gave me died. It took me too long to put it away in the ground. Um, when I got back from the conference, I had so many things to plant that I wanted to do all the rest before, because I figured the lemon balm were still somewhat in the soil, but they were probably hit by frost at some point, and maybe the roots will survive. I'm giving them water. It's supposed to rain tomorrow. Who knows? Maybe a miracle will happen, but they look pretty dead right now. Yeah, we didn't have much in the past few years. Um, like maybe, I mean, we're seven in the house, so maybe one each plus maybe two, three extras. So maybe like 10 berries total is all we got. Well, kind of, Marilyn. You're the one that told me about the Pépinière Ancestrale website, and you were half right when you told me that we were paying for just a little stick. Um, it kind of surprised me the way that they came in. They were um, just like not dormant, but just maybe like they were just starting to wake up. Um, there, there were already some tiny buds on them that were starting to open and become leaves, but it's just like really not much. Honeysuckles, I know they like cold climates more. Yeah, that, and I have cranberries and grapes that do very well in zone 2 and 3. So hopefully zone 4 will be enough for them. So you like my little surprise, Darren? Now you can't bug me anymore. Yep. To me, it's just another way to have free food. You can grow vegetables in the garden. Um, I have my elderberries that are almost ready to go outside. They spent Yesterday was the first time they went out. They spent about 3 hours, and they're still doing great. They spent from 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. today. Um, I'm probably going to put them again outside tomorrow. They're doing good, and it's supposed to be nice. I'm just bringing them back in at night because there's still some risk of frost, and I don't want to lose it. I don't want to lose my two trees, two or three actually. I don't remember. I think I have three. um, I might give one away to sell. I don't know if he wants one. I'll probably just bring one anyway, and he can plant it wherever he wants. I heard that you need to have two different varieties so that they cross pollinate better and produce better. But if I have only the same kind, I mean, it's all I have. So, damn right. Of course not. Perennials doesn't mean no weeding, but it just means that even if there is weed, if especially for trees, you don't have to worry as much. My apple tree, I mean, I pass a lawnmower beside it, but I don't need to cut every time, like every single plant that's growing or weed that's growing. I mean, if there's one flower that grows, it's not a big deal. Um, I have a bunch of perennials in garden beds, and of course, the weeds is still present, still a big mess. Especially my strawberries. It seems that I don't want to remove anything because I don't want to ruin my strawberry bed. But there's always something coming up from somewhere, one of the corners. Well, there's a perennial. There's no weed in that exact same place. I don't say just beside it though. Yeah, I mean you're not gonna have weeds growing right where your apple tree is. It can grow beside it, but like I said, if it's a big tree, you don't need to worry about it as much. Uh, I'm also gonna change my blueberries. They're stuck in the middle of the weeds and seem that they're really, really doing bad at the moment. Um, I'm thinking if I bring them behind the house next to my spruce, um, the soil is different. There's not many things growing there, so maybe the soil is a little bit more acidic, and the spruce might help um, make the soil the way it has to be. It's not everyone that's lucky enough, like Jack and Lindsay, that has they have blueberries growing all over. Plantberry bush. Pack a few layers of cardboard around it nicely. Pile on the mulch and flip the weeds finger. Yeah, I tried that, and what happened is on the side of the cardboard, the cardboard is kind of creating a little ecosystem underneath, and it's helping the weeds beside it grow so fast that I lost control before I even had time to go and cut it up. So um, I'm gonna try to find a new way to do it. Not sure what yet, but no. Hello, Karen. Thank you so much for stopping by. Strawberries, raspberries, currants. The weeds grow up among them. Yeah, and I think that especially for strawberries, it does help a little bit. I find, especially if I go for the wild ones. Sorry, if I go for the ones that are hidden from the direct sun tend to grow bigger. Gooseberry do okay solo, but yeah, raspberry and blueberry cross pollination. Same with apple trees. Yeah, and I think elderberry is the same. I do have multiple raspberries, and they're doing great. I'm actually having a bunch of little growth, little babies, as we call them. I'm going to transplant some behind where I plant the ones Annie gave me. I think they're not going to make it. It doesn't mean that I can't just go and buy some at the store myself, though. The black raspberry that she gave me is doing great. The blackberries that Angie and Annie gave me are doing great also. It's only the yellow and the red raspberries that she gave me. They look pretty dead at the moment. There's one or two that look like they might be fighting to survive. Pluses and minuses to everything we have to raise our pH for normal veggies, though. Thankfully, the wood ash we produce in the winter works great for that. Yeah, that is a good way to use it. And look, I'm trying to think if there are any other ways. The wood ash is probably the easiest way, especially if you have it right there. Nothing grow under rhubarb, true. And WildEdibles made a video last year or the year before. And what they do is they plant all their pumpkins and squash um, around their garden, like on the edge, and supposed to help the weeds from growing. And if the weeds don't grow as much around the garden, they tend not to take over as much. So I tried that last year. It did work a little bit, not as much as I would hope, but I could see a little difference. But my garden is ready now. Tomorrow morning, I'm supposed to go dig for clams with my dad. Then we go to the grocery, my girlfriend and I, and maybe I can go and look for raspberries that are missing in my food forest right now. Who knows? I'm also looking for white currants. The one my Wren gave me are doing great, but I wish I could have some now. You know, hers are going to take maybe a year or two before they start producing. I wish I had some now. The black walnut tree war chant, death to all, then send out rose and biochemical warfare begins. We want the weeds, I need chop and drop. I just cut down the forest and open the yard to sunlight. Have clay soil and rocks and rocks and rocks and rocks. I ran into the same issue. It seemed that the further I go behind the house, the less I have to dig before I hit rocks. So, as much as the kids want to play in front of the house, it feels like it's the only place where I can actually plant some trees. I was able to plant some behind the house. I'm planting the bushes a little bit further behind, and the trees in front of them. The trees, hopefully, the roots can manage to go between the rocks. I tried to dig a little bit bigger than what was needed to give a chance to the roots that once they start growing, they have a place to go for now. And once they're established, well, they should be strong enough to find their way, hopefully. Jack and Lindsay, did you guys apply for moose yet? Don't forget, you posted 5 short for me since this life started. Really? Come on. Let me check. I'm curious to see if it's true. Shorts. Nah, that's not true. You made me go look. But honestly, I was watching your shorts, trying to catch up, and I sent a message to Lindsay like, "Hey, I just watched all your shorts. I pressed refresh, and there's 12 more." And that was like an hour ago, and before I went live, there was another one. I'm like, "Come on, give me a chance." just don't forget to apply for moose. I will remind you every day until you do. I have billions of tiny mini rocks for soil. Yeah, you're on the beach, so um, it was a good thing that I had rabbit manure. I was able to put that pretty much everywhere I planted trees and bushes. There was a pile of dirt that that was under my. No, it was not there. It was way back in the day, the first garden I ever made. I was under the impression that people, to remove the weeds, would actually dig instead of bring it up, And I dug like, I don't know, maybe like 6 by 8. So all that soil ended up in a pile behind the house at the end of my property, actually. And it stayed there for like, it's been almost 10 years, if not more. So I figured, why not go and check in there? I know there's no rocks in there. I'm the one that piled it there. So I dug a little bit in there, and the soil in the middle of it was just wow. There was still some ashes though, which is kind of weird since it's been there for 10 years. I figured, it would somewhat be decomposed by now, a little bit at least. But anyway, I put some in my under my plants around the roots, especially, and put some rabbit manure on, like, mixed with that. So hopefully that'll do the job. Our cover crop summer was clover and a mix of 500-600 peas, beans, squash, pumpkin. I have seed anger issues. I have the same problem. I got 4 of those. 3, I did not have enough space. Plus, you should see, like, I have seeds there. I have seeds there. I have seeds there. Yeah, let me show you the seeds I got. So, Kendra from Plowman's Backyard sent me some lovage seeds because for the Canadian Seed Exchange Challenge. I was asking for some perennials, that I could eat. So she sent me some lovage seeds. I planted them. None of them grew. I didn't get one single plant. So I kind of forgot about it. And then I went over to my friends to pick up the blackcurrants, and they showed me the lovage. So they had a few extra ones, and they gave me some. And now it's like, okay, I want to grow that. I want to have some more. I want more. Always more. You always want more. So I purchased this pack of 50 seeds from Amazon. They call this 50 seeds. I don't know if you can see well. My guess is 500. That's pretty cool though. Hopefully I get at least 2 out of them that sprout. I have some seeds from last year that I purchased. I have to try them. Sea kale. There's supposed to be a kale that's perennial. You can't see through the bag, but they're. Oh no, can you see through? They're pretty big seeds. And here I have Homesteader's Kaleidoscopic Perennial Kale Arex. They're supposed to be perennial kale as well. Thank you, Kevin. Thank you so much, and welcome. Salute. Sorry, saying hi. By the way, if you drink Bloody Caesar or veg juice, you can use lovage stem like a straw. Cool. I'll have to try that. Not that I drink Caesar, but juice is something I could drink. And I know some people that drink Caesar. It'd be nice if I could have some people over and give them that instead of celery, and they'd be like, "Oh, nice big celery," and I'd be like, "Yeah," and not tell them. Had to dump an aging seed bank too. Mailed out over 4,300 seeds to my buddy. Wow, nice. He is like the only Indian homesteader I know of. It was a great gift of opportunity for both of us. Awesome. as, as soon as I dumped those seeds, I bought 12 more packs. I'll have to go and check out that video. That's cool. The people in here, well, I think pretty much everyone in here is at least gardening to some extent. So how's it going for all you guys? Every time I look at my weather, it seems like the last frost date is pushed by like 3 days. So I'm just gonna stop looking and hope for the best at some point. It was supposed to be yesterday, the last frost date, from what I could see on the weather network at least. And turned out that I checked again and it changed to Monday. And I checked today and it changed to next Thursday. Officially, my last frost date is on May 31st. So if on May 31st I plant my stuff outside, I should be fine. From what I can see on the weather network, after next Thursday, the following week is all like over 10 degrees Celsius, which is high enough that it shouldn't be any frost. But who knows? You never know. But I can at least plant some stuff in a greenhouse. This is something that I'm going to start to do during the weekend. I also want to start with everything that goes in the ground or anything that I start from scratch soon. Maybe not this weekend though. Even if the last frost is on 31st, if I look at the schedule and it looks nice by next weekend, I will plant some stuff. Yeah, too close to May 31st. But if I look at the weather and it's all over 10 degrees Celsius, it should be fine for 4 days. Full moon is on June 3rd, I think it is. Yeah, June 3rd. So June 3rd is when everyone's going to start planting around here anyway. But I mean, I can plant the carrots, I can plant the potatoes, I can plant the beets, I can plant the onions. I mean, the onions from last year are growing regardless. So everything that grows in the ground for me is ready to go now. I want to plant some lettuce, kale, spinach. These are all things that I can plant now. I wanted to start my corn inside. It didn't happen. Although this is something I could do this weekend. I also have a bunch of things I want to start inside before the last frost. It gives them a little week extra, I guess. I want to plant my potatoes. These are going to have to go in the soil soon because they're all sprouting and there's a bunch of green things growing out of the bags and it's all in my bedroom. So no frost in the 2 weeks forecast here, but I was aiming for June 1st. Yeah, well, when I did my first schedule with my Excel document, I went a few days after my official last frost date, which was May 31st. I did my document as though the last frost day would have been June 5th. So my plants are still good to go. I can still keep them inside for another 2 weeks. It's just that, some of the stuff can go in a greenhouse slowly but surely. We have solid 65, 18 Celsius nights, 29 days for many, many months to come until late November. Nice. So you're way down there. You're probably like zone 7. That's my guess. Here, it's okay for the month of June. Usually at the end of June, it starts getting better. July is probably the only month where we get heat waves. And then August, it kind of feels like June all over, especially after August 15. Seems that the last half of the month, at least up here, is always colder than in September because we want to go hunting and we want cold to go hunting. It starts getting warm again. A couple of years back, 2015, I think it was, we went moose hunting, and the first day we couldn't hunt. On the first Tuesday, 35 Celsius. That was just that's like over 90 Fahrenheit. It's just insane. Even if you get a moose, by the time you're done cleaning it, you lost the meat. So it was pointless. Everybody lost a day of hunting, pretty much. My permaculture food forest is growing, but I can't plant annual veggies until after Memorial Weekend. 45 of the last 47 Memorial Weekends have had snow or freezing weather. Wow. Okay. That's not fun. I think I would cry if we had snow that accumulated on the ground at least. Here in my part of Ontario, our last frost date is typically May 6th, but we still had frost yesterday. Old folks used to say never before May 24th. Here, the old people, old folks will say June 15, which to me is a little bit too late. My brother was even talking about starting at the end of June. I'm like, okay, so you want to grow stuff in a month? Like in August, you can have, it's not typical, but you could in theory have a few frost starting already. Well, I guess you can still have some in July. Those you can plant, those that can die from frost, I would wait. Yeah. I'll check. If at May 31st, the forecast is good, I will start with some of my seeds. Thing is, I don't really know. I don't even know what I will plant here because I have an aisle at the community garden and it seems that squash, zucchinis, cucumbers, beans grow better there, and the carrots also. The carrots that I grew there are way bigger than the ones I had here. So if I want to plant those 5 or 6 vegetables there, it doesn't leave me with much space left. So everything else would have to be here. A friend planted everything out and it all died. Oh no, that sucks. I want to start my pole beans this weekend in blocks. I can bring them inside in case of cold. Yeah. Corn and nitrogen, water, get them super tall until the weather is okay. I want to try some pumpkins seeds directly in my old chicken manure. I guess that's one of the best things you can do with your pumpkins. I guess it makes them grow like super fast, super big. Actually, I could start that now. Just plant a few seeds and see what happens. Although I think there's a fox that came. I buried the dead carcasses from dead animals I had. I lost a rabbit in the winter, so I didn't really have anywhere to put the rabbit. I put the rabbit in a compost pile, And a few days ago, when I went for a walk behind the house, the carcass was there. So something dug it up and ate it, which at least didn't go to waste. So it's fine. But, I have to be careful what I put in my compost pile. I'm still waiting until next weekend before I transplant. Yeah, the only thing I took outside was my elderberry tree, and it's because it's a tree. It should be a little bit stronger, more resilient. But my plants, I'm going to start soon because I want to put some of my tomato plants in the greenhouse. The greenhouse, this should be fine. In theory, I should be able to plant in my greenhouse right now. We had a freeze last night. No more frost in the forecast now. That's awesome. Speaking of nitrogen and water, tea booster, I'm taking local self-propagating green plants, easy to pull. Weeds at the moment on ID. I want to dump them in water and brew them. Use that for liquid fertilizer. Cool. I have comfrey, and last year I just let it grow because I wanted to see what it was like. I know what comfrey is, but I wanted to see how big it can grow. And take care, Tammy. Thank you for stopping by. So I let it grow, but this year I'm gonna cut a few leaves here and there and use it as mulch around my fruit trees, and put it in water container and use it as a fertilizer. I guess it's one of the best way to go. But whoever says rhubarb can be killed, I have a rodent issue. They made a nest in my raised garden bed, and they killed my rhubarb. They killed my chives. So I have more chives growing already, but it's growing where the dog goes for his little needs. So I don't really feel like eating that chive, at least not now. But I'll see if I can save some, transplant it. Hopefully those little boogers will leave me alone. I'll have to put a few traps. Zone 7A. See, I'm pretty good. I'm getting good with that. I just compared to what I have, what I know Annie has in Zone 5. Everyone's saying good night to Tammy. Take care, Tammy, if you're still here. Hope you have a wonderful weekend. Planting seeds is different. If they take, say, 14 days to germinate, I plant them in the ground 12 days before the last frost. See, that's kind of where I was going with that. I know I have, about 2 weeks left, roughly a week and a half, maybe 11 days. So, in a few days, I can start planting the stuff that takes about 7 days to germinate. Pumpkins always pinch off the first flower. Let the vines and leaves do their thing. You always pinch off the first flower you see? And watermelons too. Well, I don't really grow watermelons here. I think this was what Angie gave me for a secret seed challenge, and it didn't work. There is something growing for Maryland seeds. I still don't know what it is, though. Rat, snap traps, and peanut butter. Yeah, I have some in my garage. I had a weasel in my chicken coop last year, or not last year, 2 years ago. I managed to kill it. But what I had to do was I had to tie them up on my walls, let's just say that they're stuck in place. I can't really move them. It would be hard to move them around. But I have a few more mouse traps, so maybe I'll use those. I have one of those buckets that when they walk on, it flips and they drown. There's one in there. It died. The others don't want to go anymore. I don't know if they can smell or whatever it is. But I see some more in my garage, so I know they're out there. I know, right? I just have to start them. That's all. Hopefully, I'll be able to start some and have some, but they won't be ready to harvest this year. I want to let them grow at least a year before I harvest them. Happy Friday to you too, Homesteading Hustle. Thank you so much for being here. Dave Knight is in the house. Peanuts should be up soon, sprouted after 8 days. Awesome. That's pretty cool that you can grow peanuts out there. I think it's 140 days that you need. Watch one of those pro gardeners use black row covers to superheat the soil for carrots. You had an amazing germination rate. Cool. So I guess carrots need to be in warmer weather to germinate better. It could explain why they do better at the community garden, because it's never really good before we can never start before June 15. 180 days. Okay, I knew it was a lot, and I knew I couldn't grow them here. I guess I could grow them inside though, but I won't try. So the chive directly, I have hundreds of baby plants sprouting around the mother plant. Cool. Yeah, I guess I could do that too. I also have to go get some more compost. I wish I could get the same deal Dave had for $20. That trailer full of compost was awesome, Dave. I get that for about $30 here. But what I get is never like 100% composted. It's like cow manure with hay, but there's always some little chunks of hay that's not 100% decomposed. Our major concern here is infected soil. Our pea plants popped and yellowed out. Other pea plants we kept in pots are bright green. What would be infecting the soil? Could it be maybe slugs eating them, or if they were eating the roots, maybe it would kill off the plant, or maybe it's just that the soil isn't rich enough. I'm guessing you've probably taken care of that by now. Double the growing days, and pretty much the same as me. I think officially my last frost date would be May 31st. I have 30 days in June, 31 days in July, 31 days in August. So that's 92 days, and I have like 15 days in September. So that's 107 days. So my growing season, if everything goes the way it's supposed to go, is 107 days. No frost till October 31st. Wow. Here, I want to have frost the last week of September. No frost before that. And then I want to have snow by the last week of October. And then everything gone. No more frost by the end of November. You guys know that I'm a hunter, right? Did you see that, Dave? No more Bud Lights. Darren converted me. Honestly, my father-in-law also keeps laughing at me, bugging me because I used to drink Bud Light. Looks like Fusarium wilt. Not sure what would be causing that. Maybe it's just the soil's not rich enough. Sometimes. I remember, I think it was my 6th birthday. 7th birthday? 6th. That would be in 1989. We went grouse hunting in a trailer. It was a whole family. I still have pictures of my little cousin that came over for my birthday. My birthday is October 9. We woke up that morning to a foot of snow. A foot of snow, October 9. I don't remember having that much snow that early, though. Dave. Hello, just doing our best. Thank you so much for stopping by. I forgot your first name, though. Sorry. The pea plants were planted in age manure and soil amendments. Peach. I don't know then. I am really not an expert in gardening. Saying hi, not anymore, but when I was a kid, we did trick or treat with winter coat under the costume. Yep, I remember that too. It's getting warmer. It is getting warmer. When everything started in 2020, here in New Brunswick, it was really strict. We could barely go outside. At work, we decided to go for walks, and I think we had a heat wave in April, late April. That hasn't happened since, but it was pretty nice to have. But I didn't garden much by then. It does. You want me to start speaking like this? Are you mocking my voice? Guardians of the Galaxy. Did anyone go see that movie? The third one? Yeah, what did it sound before? Shirley. Awesome. Member for 1 month. Happy month, Suri. Thank you so much. A month already? Didn't you win that? I think there was Marilyn that bought that. She gifted 5 or 10, and I think it was like last week. Cool. My guess was infected soil. I had that other pot to compare and grow with. Yeah, but it doesn't mean that it's really infected. It could be that something is wrong with the soil without being really infected, but I'm not there, and like I said, I don't know much about gardening. You know more than me, so peats and pots have the same starter soil. Thinking previous trees have residual chemicals left over. The nitrogen might have been too high for peas. They don't need as much nitrogen. They make nitrogen and put it in the ground for other plants. Also, the squash yellowed right near them, but other squash plants elsewhere are fine. Yeah, no, but I don't remember them being members before this time. Maybe they were, but then again, my memory is not too good. It happens. I'm getting older. What do you expect? I'm at the age where just getting up from my chair is a struggle. I get up and I can feel my legs being like cracking and just being hard to. Oh, you weren't gifted that membership? Well, thank you then. That's awesome. I'm curious now. Rejoined 6 days ago. So maybe you purchased it the first time and won it this time because it says you rejoined 6 days ago at the same time as everyone else. But anyway, it doesn't matter. I'm just glad you're here. And I'm trying to post as much stuff as I can. I will probably do some videos and photos tomorrow. I want to be able to put more like behind the scenes videos, but it's hard because I work full time and it's hard. If I had 1 million of you guys being members, maybe I could stop working and do that full time. No, but seriously, I want to be able to share more pictures, more videos. I keep saying it, I just don't have time to do it. I want to put more raw videos as well. Unedited version of a few scenes I did. Bloopers. I want to start keeping my bloopers. Usually, what I do now is I just delete them and start over. I want to maybe start keeping some and make a few things funny and fun for you guys. Is there? I think I have a video ready that I could actually put out for my members only for now, and it's scheduled for next Wednesday. Members only, all channel members, squash level and higher. Done. There, I just have to make sure. See, when you guys leave my live stream, you'll have a video to watch for all the members. Get a soil tester. I saw them at Canadian Tire and do a test to see what's up with that spot. Yeah, and it's not that expensive. I think it's just like $10-$15, if that. That side of the garden is close to the edge near natural forest. Other half of the property has been sitting in sun for 1.5 years. Is it possible that maybe it's just not getting as much rainwater or as much sun, maybe? I've had a ton of UV lights beating on the ground for a long time. This is why I'm coming to that conclusion. Okay, well, I mean, you would know more than us. We're just trying to give you some ideas of things you can do. One thing you can do to try it out is little butterfly. Maybe like plant, I don't know, maybe like 2-3 seeds and take that soil in a pot and plant one of the seeds in there and put it somewhere else, then you could be able to remove the climate, sun, rain aspect from the game, and you'd be sure that the problem would be the soil. We hand water if needed, 54 inches per week. This place is always wet each week. Okay, maybe it's too wet. I don't know. Yeah, well, it would exclude any natural things except for the soil, especially if you take the soil, take it out, 2 plants of the same age, you put them one next to each other, 2 different pot of soil, then you'd be sure that it'd be the soil. And then you can do a few more tests and see exactly what the issue is. Hopefully it's nothing major. Did you dig up a little bit where the soil is? Like there might be like an ant nest down there, or okay, drains good. Same as here, it is a slight angle and it goes down very fast, so it's pretty cool for that. We have 1/4 inch of soil under that is clay. Okay. Well, it's hard to say. Then I have no more idea, but if you, like I said, if you put them in pots, 2 different type of soil, you'll know for sure if it's the soil or if it's one of the neighbor going over and, spreading some stuff on them. I don't know. Hello, Maureen. Thank you so much for stopping by. Nice to see you. Do that test. Awesome. And let us know. So I checked, and yes, this membership was gifted. No problem, no problem. I'm just happy to have you here, regardless whether it's on your own decision or someone else gifted it to you. My goal, since it was gifted to you, is to try to keep you here. So I'm going to try to put some more videos and some more interesting stuff. Um, that's what I think that the gifting membership is for. Um, I did the same with Tracy. I did the same with Annie. I did the same with Lynn. I'm giving them a chance to do some stuff in the background and hopefully keep the people um, cut all their wires and bust every pipe. Plus, I'm deep in the woods. um, you never know. You never know in New Brunswick. It's all over the place. Glyphosate. Oh, glyphosate. We have glyphosate here, not glycosalate. I don't know what that is. I'm paying member on 24 channels, and I thought you were one of them. 24, that's a lot. The thing is, I have one at $1 and one at $3. I have another one at 11, but there's no one in there really. But they pretty much have the same things, except I put a few more things on the one at $3. So that way I feel like 99 cents is not a lot. People can support me that way, and it's fine. If people want to get some more things, I'm supposed to have memberships only live stream. I still have to figure it out how to make it. I don't like the idea of only having members able to comment, because if people can't comment, they will not stay in the live stream, and that might push them away, I find. So what I'm thinking is maybe like doing like a member only post with a link to an unlisted live stream. Hopefully that would work, and that would be good with the YouTube rules and all that stuff. We haven't had any planes fly over, thankfully. Bad stuff happens to growing communities. I heard of for Plain Spring People Community Garden in Florida. I know here there's only one company, and it's Irving. I'm going to say it. They spray glyphosate, and they when you go in the woods and you see a cutting somewhere that was done 25 years ago and there's still no tree growing there, something wrong. When you go for a drive in the woods, you go deer hunting, and you see a sign that says, "Please do not walk. Something was sprayed." Makes you wonder, why isn't there any more deers around here? Um, we went deer hunting over at Jack and Lindsay's property last fall, and after we got the first one, we didn't really want to stay there, and they didn't want to have us there either to get all the deers. Jack wanted to go and get one for himself, even though he didn't, and I feel bad about that. But we went to a place we were last year that's not too far from there. Last year, we were there for 2 days. We chased a buck that was shot and injured for about 6-7 hours. We saw a spike, and we saw about 10 does. This year, we got there, and by the way, I'm not the one that shot. Just to make things clear, I had enough struggle with the moose this year. When we got there this fall, we couldn't see one single trail, and we were wondering why until we got to that cutting. Everything was red. You could see there was no grass. It was red. Whatever they spread, they sprayed something there, and it was like you could see there were no deers around. Wherever they were, they're gone. I don't know if they died or they moved away, but there was, like, seriously, you go in a place like this, you can see the trails. You can see that there's a lot of animals that pass by, and like you see the tracks in the mud, in the snow, and there was no snow, but you can see the mud. You can see next to a stream or a brook or a river that where the soil is a little bit more moist and muddy, but there was nothing. And we can only explain it by the stuff they sprayed. That is what others do too. We had 6 objects flying over today. Well, there are some planes. I mean, it happens. I don't know. There's a lot of people saying that there's a lot of stuff being sprayed on purpose. I know that they're spraying stuff in the woods to stop the like the leaves, trees from growing because they want to keep the spruce and stuff like that. So pine forest needs burn to regrow. Yeah, that's what they do here. They spray because they want to have the spruce growing. That's all. Pay to watch your wedding. Yeah, that's something I could do. I know there's a few people living far. Plus, my girlfriend lately has been talking about having something a little bit more private. And it's mostly her wedding. You know, like we can say whatever we want. Sorry, even if it's my wedding too. If it's me against her, she wins. And I want her to win because I'm going to be cute here, but I already won. I have her. And I can brag because my girlfriend is turning 40 years old in 2 months. And the lady at the liquor store asked for her ID last weekend. So it means that she looks young. Don't know what they were, but there was a chemtrail, but it didn't stay like normal. It was strange. I think they were very close together. There are some jets, and the higher they are, it's only the fumes coming out. And since it's like vapors, it goes out and it's so cold that it forms this little snow-like cloud. Lodgepole pine, eucalyptus, and banksia. All those are resin seal seeds. They are staying this weekend for the sponge moth. Okay. There's a lot of those moth that they want to spray. Here it's the, what's it called? Marilyn, if you're still there. Mangeuse d'épinette. What are they called? I don't remember. But they spray for those. I guess they can really destroy a forest. I hope the cat won't stare at the wall. Creepy cat. Take care, Marilyn. Spruce budworm. Okay, spruce budworm. We have a lot of those here. And they spray for those. We have beautiful nights here at the off-grid cabin. Fireflies everywhere. That's awesome. I remember going to the campground, and that was our fun. We would go out in teams, and whoever would gather the most would win. Kind of look like mussels. Maybe they're doing some tests. I don't know. Like you're close to the that other country from that side, so who knows what's going on now. Kids used to call them fairies, then lightning bugs. Yeah, we call them fireflies in French. All right, Tracy. Thank you so much. Thank you for dropping by. I won't be here for too long either. So I told my daughter Was it this morning? No, this afternoon, this evening, we went to the store, and I told them, my daughter and my son, I told them I can't wait in 5 years to see all the fruit trees I planted and see how they do. Um, I know I have a lot of red berries, like the red currants, strawberries, raspberries, cherries. A lot of things are attracting birds. I know um I know you can put like an old CD or something like that that's reflecting light, and I guess that's supposed to push them away or scare them away. So I guess I'll have to see. Awesome. Okay. I'll look at it for sure. I'm curious. I tried explaining bioluminescence to them. They kept saying, "So where do they get the lights from?" Yeah, I haven't seen any fireflies here in a little while. Well, not on my property at least. I saw a few ones when I went to the beach for fishing last year, but for some reason they're not on my property anymore. But they like wet places, swamps, and places like that. And by the way, good evening, Fisherman 506. Did you go fishing yet? I didn't see if you posted the video. I am so far behind on my videos. I think I have like 2 months worth of videos to watch. I know trout fishing has started in lakes and dams. So we're supposed to go, my oldest son and I, on Monday morning. Charlotte Dam, they have those big trout there. The only thing is they're hard to catch, but every big fish is hard to catch. Good night, good night, good night. You didn't go yet. I'm guessing you're anxious to go. Everyone mentions having pennies and hangs in black bags of water keeps fly away. I've never experimented. No clue if it works. Yeah, I don't want to. Well, it'd be good if you could keep the flies away, but it's mostly. I want to send the birds away. It's a bird that is causing me stress. So I accepted your friend request, Maureen. I will take a look at the video later. Um, I heard that if you put a CD on a string in the trees, the reflection is scaring away the birds. So this is the first thing I want to try. And if that doesn't work, I'm going to have to put nets on top of my cherry trees. Last year, I think I had about 15 cherries. And out of those 15, I think we were only able to eat like 5. Grab cheap deer netting long PVC pipes. Yeah. I I think it could be done without the PVC pipes. If you just put like, I have some small white nets here that I could just put on top of the trees and put maybe like elastic or a string on the stem of the tree, something that's not too tight, but it's only for like a month, not even a month, like 2 weeks, just like before the fruit is ready, and after you harvest them, you can remove it, so it wouldn't really hurt the tree. Not that I think of, anyway. The CDs work great keeping the wax wigs from Saskatoon berry trees. Wax wigs. See what those are. wax wings. Okay, those birds. Cool. So Danny from Catch and Hydroponic is going live now. All right. If it works, I will try it out because I do have some Saskatoon berry trees. Although I don't think I will have any berries this year. But I'm hoping to have some apples and cherries. So I'll do whatever I can to keep the birds away. Pruning them short. Not really. Not really. I always have good intentions. I keep telling myself that in the spring, when I can actually walk to the trees, I will go and trim them. But by the time it gets to that point, I'm too busy and I forget about it. But all my trees are still very short. There's only like one apple tree that's starting to be big. And we have a ladder to grab the higher apples, and we have I have a pole actually right here. So I'll be able to go and harvest some apples from way high. There's an extension back there somewhere. But the thing is, we have so many wild apples here that like a 12-foot pole would be required to grab all the apples that we can see. And I found some that were like pink flesh. I found some red delicious, yellow delicious, golden delicious, white apples, all kind of apples growing in the wild here. It's crazy. It's a great idea to use old CDs. Yeah, I have some old ones. Like I mean, who uses CDs anymore? Like, sorry, I have free music with Amazon. Sorry, burping. DVDs, maybe I would still use them at some point, but CDs, I doubt I would. There's no CD player in my vehicle; it's all USB now, so I can just use those old blank CDs and just put them in the trees. Print out owls, laminate them, hang them on trees. I actually have somewhere in my garage like a decoy of an owl. Is it an owl or an owl? I think it's an owl. So I could just put that in the tree actually, or maybe on the ground somewhere next to the trees, and it could keep them away. I used to love having birds around on my property, but I don't want them eating my stuff. Ciao, ciao. You're leaving. If you're leaving, thank you for stopping by. Those are the ones that show up by the hundreds. Need every berry off your trees in a matter of a day. That's too bad. I will definitely do the CD trick. Wild apples are great. The extension service is saying that the orchard will have damaged apples this year due to freeze. Oh, that's not fun. I think this year my apples should be fine. The buds are just starting to open now. There's no, they're not blooming yet. So within a week, frost should be done. So I'm hoping that everything is fine. All you can do in life is be who you are. Some people will love you for you. Most will love you for what you can do for them, and some won't like you at all. That's a good thought. All right. Ours just blossomed. Okay, no blossoms here yet. So, yeah. But you guys are a little bit earlier than I am. Did you get your t-shirt, by the way? I forgot to check. Pretty sure you should have your t-shirt by now. You love it? Awesome. So you got it. Hopefully it's the right size, right color, and you can see the logo well. Don't remember which one you took. Okay, my logo. It was the color logo, right? That's awesome. Well, I'm glad you like it. You love it, actually. I'm glad. That's awesome. So, Tracy from T-Hand141 became monetized the day that we got home from the conference. That was Monday, May 8th. So, on the 11th, he made a huge giveaway where a lot of channels helped him out by doing some giveaways. We gave away a few things for him, and I was giving away a t-shirt, and Suseanne won the t-shirt, which is awesome. My daughter ended up winning a few things. A mug from Tracy, an apron from Tammy at Rebel Canners. Alexa won a sticker from Just Doing Her Best. Anthony won a sticker from Back to Basics Homestead. And Chloe won something else. I don't remember what else she won or who it came from. But she's so lucky. It's insane. Every single live stream she goes to, she wins something. All right, I've been on for an hour and 15 minutes, and I don't really have much to say. I'm just here, probably being boring. So I'm going to let you guys go. How about I share, if you guys have nothing else to do tonight and you feel like it, Danny from Cajun Hydroponic is live right now. And we'll put the link there. And we can all jump on his live stream. Let's see if I can fix that before we finish. Just give me a second. Content live. This isn't there something I can do? Show more. Tag. I didn't put any tag. Recording. Category. Comment. Or is it in customization? Redirect. Add. Search video on other channel. This. Let's see. Okay, so I will stop it there. That's good. Yeah, I find that the t-shirt I had that I bought from them was awesome also. Thomas Life in the Valley, thank you so much for stopping by. I didn't forget about your friend Thomas that did the little cards. I want to do a little shout out to him as well. I've just been very busy. So take care, Wendy. Take care, Jane. Take care, Thomas, Suseanne. Thank you, everyone. I will leave with a little tiny bit of music, and you should be redirected to Danny Cajun Hydroponics live stream. So he's a good guy. You can go there and have some fun. And you might be arguing with John from Will and Grow, but it's all for fun, I promise. Take care, everyone. Talk to you guys later.